ఇక్కడ మా వాళ్ళు బంధువులు చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు.
బెంగళూరులో చాలా ఉన్నాయి.
కోలార్లో మా మామ ఉండేవాడు సైకిల్.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಿಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೇಕು ಮಾನಿಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಗರಿ ಗರಿ ಸರಿ ನಿ ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ರಿ ಸರಿ ರಿ ನಿ ಗರಿ ನಿ ಸರಿ ಪರಿ ಸರಿ ಗ ಪರಿ ಸರಿ ಗ ಪರಿ ರಿ ಗ ಪರಿ ಸರಿ ಗ ಪರಿ ರಿ ಗ ಪರಿ ಸ ರಿ ರಿ ಸರಿ ಪ ನಿ ಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಪರಿ ಸರಿ ಗ ಪರಿ ಸ ರಿ ಗರಿ ಪರಿ ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ರಿ ಗ ಪರಿ ಸರಿ ರಿ ಸರಿ ಪ ಗರಿ ಗ ಪರಿ ಗರಿ ಸರಿ
Namaste and good evening. On behalf of Guru Preetha, Arun and the Samarpana Dance Academy, I welcome all of you to the Bharatanatyam Arangetram of my daughter, Kumari Kriti Nitya Vajipayajula. I extend my welcome to our chief guest, Srimati Sumitra Nithan. We are very honored to have you here. We also welcome Guru Preetha Arun's parents, Srimati and Shri R. Gandhi. Thank you, sir. Arangetram is a milestone for both the Guru and the student. After years of hard work and toil, they see the fruits of their hard work eventually yielding the result. I'm sure it's a proud moment for Guru Preetha Arun as well, when one of her students ascends the stage to do a solo performance. Srimati Preetha Arun is a well-renowned Bharatanatyam exponent and the founder of Samarpana Dance Academy. She was trained by Padma Shri Adayar K. Lakshmanan and Sangeeta Kala Acharya Srimati R. Radha. Her dance career spanning 3 decades, she had performances all over India and abroad, and she trained a lot of students from Samarpana Dance Academy as well as students in America while she was living in Boston. It's indeed a privilege for Kriti to have learned the dance from such an accomplished and eminent guru. We seek her blessings on the auspicious and momentous occasion of Kriti's Arangetram. It's also a sense of fulfillment for my wife Neeharika, for she and only she, with her resolve, she prevailed on Kriti so she could make it to this occasion and do the Arangetram. So we begin with my son Dhruv Vajipayajula singing the invocation, and he will be the host for the rest of the evening as well to take you through the program. Thank you very much. Enjoy. God bless. Namaste. Mahaganapatim manasa Smarami Mahaganapatim manasa Smarami Vasishtavamadevaadivandita Mahaganapatim manasa Smarami Vasishtavamadevaadivandita Mahaganapatim Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Marakoti Prakasham Shantam Marakoti Prakasham Shantam Mahakavya Natakadi Priyam Mahakavya Natakadi Priyam Mushika Vahana Modaka Priyam Mahakavya Natakadi Priyam Mushika Vahana Modaka Priyam Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Vasishtavamadevaadivandita Mahaganapatim. Namaste and welcome to all of you present here. I am Dhruv, here to host my sister's Arangetram. I thank you all for taking the time to be here, to witness and inspire her as she embarks towards this significant landmark in her Bharatanatyam. I take great pleasure in introducing the members of the orchestra to you. Srimati Preetha Arun on the Nattuvangam. Shri Karthik Hebar, our vocalist. Shri G.S. Nagaraj on the Mridangam. And Shri Karthik Satavalli on the flute. I thank these brilliant performers for being here this evening. Before we commence, there are some house rules I request you all to follow. Please keep your mobile devices on silent and refrain from recording or videotaping. Please remain seated at all times, and if necessary, exit and enter the hall only between items. This is to make sure that the performer, orchestra, audience, and professional videographers are not disturbed during the event. I urge you all to don your face masks and ensure safety so everyone can enjoy this event and have a pleasant evening. Thank you all very much for cooperating. Without further ado, let us begin this program with our first song today, which is a Pushpanjali. It is a composition of our Shri Karthik Hebar himself, who is our vocalist today. Kriti will take the blessings of Lord Nataraja, her guru, the orchestra, and the audience. It is followed by a shloka that describes the fifth Veda, or the Natya Veda. Lord Brahma is said to have included the script from the Rig Veda, acting, or Abhinaya, from the Yajurveda, sentiments and emotions from the Atharva Veda, and music from the Sama Veda. He has thus formed the Natya Veda. This Puspanjali is in Ragam Mishra Bahudari and Aditalam. I am proud to present Kriti in her solo dance debut.
ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। झेम झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम 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 तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट झेम त झेम तकताम तझेम 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 झेम तकिट तकझणुताम झेम तनु झेम तनुम झेम तताम झेम झेम तकिट तकझणुताम झेम तनु झेम तनुम झेम तताम तझम तकिटताम झम तकिटताम किटताम किटताम तताम तझम तकिटताम झम तकिटताम तकिटताम किटताम तताम मग ग स सा नि नि प प मग स ग म पद नि स ग म पद सा नि प मग स ध नि स मग स ग म पद नि स ध नि स मग झेम झेम तक takita jem tatakatam tajem 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 jem takita jem tatakatam jem jem takita jem tatakatam ऋग्वेदतिं पाठवा यजुर्वेदतिम् अभिनयवा अथर्ववेदतिं रसवा सामवेदतिं गीतवा ऋग्वेदतिं पाठवा यजुर्वेदतिम् अभिनयवा अथर्ववेदतिं रसवा सामवेदतिं गीतवा मेलैसि उद्भविसि हुदु पंचम वेद नाट्य वेद पोरयलं मननवरता पोरयलं मननवरता जेम जेम तकिट जेम तजेम ततकताम तजेम 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 जेम तकिट जेम तजेम ततकताम तजेम 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 तजेम
Following that inaugural piece, I want to say a couple of words about Kriti right now. Kriti began her journey of learning Bharatanatyam under the mentorship of Guru Srimati Preetha Arun when she was 10 years old. She has attended and performed in many events organized by Samarpana Dance Academy, including an experience at the renowned Kalakshetra Foundation in Chennai. Looking up to her guru as inspiration, Kriti remains committed to pursuing excellence as a dancer. Bharatanatyam has instilled a sense of devotion and artistic fervor in Kriti, which she hopes to preserve and pass on in the future. Kriti has just completed her 9th grade at Bibgar High, Harlur, and as perhaps one of her harshest critics and keen observers, I can say that Bharatanatyam has inculcated a discipline in her that she applies to whatever she undertakes. I am frequently amazed by her talent for dancing and her dedication as she is practicing. This evening presents an unparalleled opportunity for Kriti to demonstrate her dancing prowess and skill acquired by the intense preparation that she has undertaken for this Arangetram. Now, Kriti will present a beautiful song on the presiding deity of Sringeri, or Shingapura. The song is called Shingapura Dishwari Sharade. The goddess Sharada is auspicious, prosperous, and a bestower of all wishes. With feet resembling Shri Padma, served by Shankara, she is the doyen of all arts, the supreme benefactor. In this item, Kriti appeals to the goddess, "O Mother, protect me." You appreciate the recitation of the Samaveda, mother of Shruti and Laya, worshipped by the entrancing Saptaswara, the embodiment of music and poetry, the wish granter. O beautiful mother, protect me. Presenting Shringapura Dishwari Sharade, a composition of Sri Padmacharan in Ragam Kalyani and set to Aditalam. Please put your hands together as Kriti performs this exquisite item.
शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे 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 शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शुभमङ्गले सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शुभमङ्गले सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे 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 शंकर सन्नुते श्रीपद्मचरणे शंकर सन्नुते श्रीपद्मचरणे सकल कला विशारदे वरदे शंकर सन्नुते श्रीपद्मचरणे सकल कला विशारदे वरदे सकल कला सकल कला सकल कला सकल कला सकल कला विशारदे वरदे सलखिल्नताये समगान प्रिये सलखिल्नताये समगान प्रिये शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शुभमङ्गले सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शारदे ಕರುಣಿಸಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರುತಿಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ, ಕರುಣಿಸಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರುತಿಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ, ಶ್ರುತಿ 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 ಕರುಣಿಸಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರುತಿಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ, ಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ, ಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ, ಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ, ಕಮನೀಯ ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರ ಸುಪೂಜಿತೆ, ಕಮನೀಯ ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರ ಸುಪೂಜಿತೆ, ಕಾವ್ಯಗಾನ ಕಲಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣಿ, ಕಾವ್ಯಗಾನ ಕಲಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣಿ, ಕಾಮಿತದಾಯಿನಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಿ ಜನನಿ, ಕಾವ್ಯಗಾನ ಕಲಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣಿ, ಕಾಮಿತದಾಯಿನಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಿ ಜನನಿ, ಶೃಂಗಪುರಾಧೀಶ್ವರಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಶುಭಮಂಗಳೇ ಸರ್ವಾಭೀಷ್ಟ ಪ್ರದೇ, ಶೃಂಗಪುರಾಧೀಶ್ವರಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಶಾರದೆ ಶಾರದೆ
The Varnam is the main item in any Bharatanatyam recital. An elaborate and extensive composition, it comprises all the technical aspects of Bharatanatyam and tests the ability of the dancer to the fullest extent. Kriti will present Shri Krishna Kamalanato, a Varnam whose main bhavam is bhakti. The song goes, Shri Krishna Kamalanato, Vasudeva Sanatanaha, Vasudevatmaja Punyo, Leela Manusha Vigraha. It praises Lord Krishna, the all-attractive Supreme Personality, the Lord of Lakshmi Devi, who is eternal, the son of Vasudeva, and the transcendental being whose form resembles that of a human. In the first Sanchari, we will show the story of the birth of Lord Krishna in Mathura and how he reaches Gokul. When Lord Krishna was born to Queen Devaki as her 8th son at midnight in the prison, Vasudeva heard a divine voice telling him what to do. Without a word or a moment's hesitation, the new father picked up the son and he approached the prison doors. They opened immediately. Carrying his infant child, Vasudeva left Mathura and soon approached the banks of the river Yamuna. The river seemed to be boiling white and seething with anger due to fierce winds and rain. Then, miraculously, as soon as Vasudeva entered the river, its flow subsided and the Yamuna made way for the Lord. To his amazement, Vasudeva saw a huge black serpent, positioning its hood like an umbrella to shield the newborn baby from the fierce rain. He was able to cross to the opposite bank of the river safely and thus arrived at the village of Gokul. Treading softly, Vasudev entered Queen Yashoda's quarters and placed his son next to her. And that is how Krishna grew up in Gokul with Nanda and Yashoda. The next section describes Lord Krishna slaying the demoness Putna and how he killed the Asura who took the form of a chariot wheel. It is Lord Krishna who lifted Govardhana hill and who stole the celestial Parijata tree. He is the protector of the cows, and indeed, he is the protector of everyone. Finally, we also show the hesitation and despondency of Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Lord Krishna, his charioteer, takes the Vishwarupa form and convinces Arjuna to follow his dharma. He is the ocean from which the nectar of the Bhagavad Gita was churned. Shri Krishna Kamala Nato is in Ragam Riti Gaula and Aditalam. It was composed by Shri Bangalore T. Srinivas and an adaptation from Shri Krishna Ashtakam. Please note that we will have a short 10-minute break after the Varnam, following which we will resume the program with 3 short items. Thank you.
Shri Krishna Kamalanato Vasudevah Sanatanah Vasudevatmajagha Punyo Leela Manusha Vigragha Shri Krishna Kamalanato Vasudevah Sanatanah Vasudevatmajagha Punyo Leela Manusha Vigragha Shri Krishna Kamalanato Vasudevah Sanatanah Vasudevatmajagha Punyo Leela ಲೀಲಾಮಾನುಷ
ಫಲಂ ಕುತಕ ಧಿಕು ತಕ ತದಿಂಗಿನ ತುಂ ಜಂ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತ ಜಂ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ತ ಜಂ ತರ್ರಿ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ಜಂ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತ ಜಂ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ತ ಜಂ ತರಿ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ಜಂ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತ ಜಂ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ತ ಜಂ ತರಿ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ಜಂ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತ ಜಂ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ತ ಜಂ ತರಿ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ಜಂ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತ ಜಂ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ತ ಜಂ ತರಿ ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಕ ಜಂ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತಾಂ ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತಿಮ್ಮಿ ತ ತಾಂ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತಾಂ ಜೊನ್ನು ತಿಮ್ಮಿ ತ ತಾಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ಮದ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತಾಂ ಜೊನ್ನು ತಿಮ್ಮಿ ತ ತಾಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ಮದ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ಜೊನ್ನು ಜೊನ್ನು ತ ತಾಂ ಜೊನ್ನು ತಿಮ್ಮಿ ತ ತಾಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ಮದ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ ತ ತಿಂಗಿ ನ ತೋಂ
श्रीकृष्ण कमलनाथो वासुदेवः सनातनः वसुदेवात्मजाः पुण्यो लीलामानुष विग्रहः श्रीकृष्णः 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 कमलनाथो वासुदेवः सनातनः लीलामानुष विग्रहः मानुष विग्रहः श्रीकृष्णः कमलनाथो वासुदेवः सनातनः वसुदेवात्मजाः पुण्यो लीलामानुष विग्रहः श्रीकृष्णः कमलनाथो वासुदेवः सनातनः वसुदेवात्मजाः पुण्यो लीलामानुष
ಫಲಂ ಕುತಕ ಧಿಕ್ಕು ತಕ್ಕ ತದಿಂಗಿನ ತೋ ತತ್ತ ಕಥಿತ ತಗಥಿತ ತದರಿ ತದನ ತದಿಮಿ ತಕಿಟ ತಕ ತಕ್ಕಥಿತೆ ತಗಥಿತೆ ತದರಿ ತದನ ತದಿಮಿ ತಕಿಟ ತತ್ತ ಕಥಿತ ತಕೆಟ್ಟ ತತ್ತ ತತ್ತಿತ ತತ್ತ ಕಥಿತಾಂ ತತ್ತ ಕಥಿತೆ ತತ್ತನತ ದನತ ಜೊನುತ ದಿಮಿತ ತಾ ಕೆಟ್ಟಕ ತರಿಗಿಡ ತೋಂ ತಾ ತೀ ತ ಕೆಟ್ಟಕ ತರಿಗಿಡ ತೋಂ ತಾ ತೀ ತಾ ತಕ್ಕ ಕೆಟ್ಟಕ ತರಿಗಿಡ ತೋಂ
श्रीकृष्णः कमलनाथो वासुदेवः सनातनः वसुदेवात्मजाः पुण्यो लीलामानुष विग्रहः देवकी नंदन श्रीशो नंद गोप प्रियात्मकः देवोदर जीवितहरः शकटासुर भजनय देवकी नंदन श्रीशो नंद गोप प्रियात्मकः पूतन जीवितहरः शकटासुर भजनय देवकी नंदन ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಪ್ರಿಯಾತ್ಮಕ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಪ್ರಿಯಾತ್ಮಕ ದೇವಕಿ ನಂದನ ಶ್ರೀಶೋ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಪ್ರಿಯಾತ್ಮಕ ಪೂತನ ಜೀವಿತಾರ ಶಕಟಾಸುರ ಬಲ್ಜನಗ ದೇವಕಿ ನಂದನ ಶ್ರೀಶೋ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಪ್ರಿಯಾತ್ಮಕ ಪೂತನ ಜೀವಿತಾರ ಶಕಟಾಸುರ ಭಂಜನಗ ಸಾಗರಿ ಸಗಮ ಗಮ ನಿಧನಿ ನೀಮಾ ನೀ ಸಾ ಗರಿ ಸ ಗಮ ಗಮ ನಿಧನಿ ನೀಮಾ ನೀ ಸಾ ಗರಿ ಸ ಗಮ ಗಮ ನಿಧನಿ ನೀಮಾ ನೀ ಸಾ ನೀ ಸ ಗಮ ಗಮ ಗರಿ ಸದನಿ ನಿಧಮ ಗರಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕಮಲನಾಥೋ ವಾಸುದೇವ ಸನಾತನ ವಸುದೇವಾತ್ಮಜಾಗ ಪುಣ್ಯೋ ಲೀಲಾ ಮಾನುಷ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಷೋಡಶಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಸಹಸ್ರೇಷು ತ್ರಿಭಂಗಿ ಮಧುರಾಕೃತಿ ಷೋಡಶಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಸಹಸ್ರೇಷು ತ್ರಿಭಂಗಿ ಮಧುರಾಕೃತಿ ಶುಕವಾಗ ಅಮೃತ ಬಿಲ್ದು ಗೋವಿಂದ ಯೋಗಿನಾಂ ಪತಿ ಶುಕವಾಗ ಅಮೃತ ಬಿಲ್ದು ಗೋವಿಂದ ಯೋಗಿನಾಂ ಪತಿ ಷೋಡಶಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಸಹಸ್ರೇಷು ತ್ರಿಭಂಗಿ ಮಧುರಾಕೃತಿ ಶುಕವಾಗ ಅಮೃತ ಬಿಲ್ದು ಗೋವಿಂದ ಯೋಗಿನಾಂ ಪತಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕಮಲನಾಥೋ ವಾಸುದೇವ ಸನಾತನ ವಸುದೇವಾತ್ಮಜಾಗ ಪುಣ್ಯೋ ಲೀಲಾ ಮಾನುಷ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಲೀಲಾ ಮಾನುಷ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಲೀಲಾ ಮಾನುಷ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಲೀಲಾ ಮಾನುಷ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಗೋಪ ಗೋಪೀಶ್ವರೋ ಯೋಗಿ ಕೋಟಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಸಮಪ್ರಭ गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य
धनं कुतकति कुतकतदि किरदोंता तरित धनता धनत जोनुता जोनुत दिमिता ता ते किटकता तरित धनता धनत जोनुता जोनुत दिमिता ता ते किटकता तरित धनता धनत जोनुता जोनुत दिमिता ता ते किटकता धना ता जोनु ता दिमि ता किट ता धना ता जोनु ता दिमि ता किट धि ताम धि ताम तकति को किट तरिगितोम धि ताम धि ताम तकति को किट तरिगितोम धि ताम धि ताम तकति को किट तरिगितोम
गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः 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 ताप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः गोप मणिनी मानिनी सा सा स गरि सा नि स ग ग माम मणिनी मानिनी सा सा गरि नि स ग म माम मणिनी मानिनी सा प गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः ऊत्ताल ताल भेता च तमाल श्यामलाकृतिः ऊत्ताल ताल भेता च तमाल श्यामलाकृतिः ऊत्ताल ताल भेता च तमाल श्यामलाकृतिः गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य निपा नि स ग सा ग ग म सा नि द नि म नि नि स नि स निपा नि स ग सा ग ग म सा नि द नि म नि नि स नि स निपा नि स ग सा ग ग म सा नि द नि म नि नि स नि स गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः इलापतिः परं ज्योतिर्यादवेन्द्रो यदुद्वहः इलापतिः परं ज्योतिर्यादवेन्द्रो यदुद्वहः इलापतिः परं ज्योतिर्यादवेन्द्रो यदुद्वहः गोप गोपीश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः नित मग म प म गरि सा सा प नि सा नि सा ग ग म ग म ग म गरि सा नि नि द म ग म गरि सा नि द म गरि सा नि द म गरि गोप गोपेश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः गोप गोपेश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः वनमाली पीतवासाः पारिजातापहारकः वनमाली पीतवासाः पारिजातापहारकः गोवर्धनाच लोदात्र गोपाल सर्वपालकः गोवर्धनाच लोदात्र गोपाल सर्वपालकः वनमाली पीतवासाः पारिजातापहारकः गोवर्धनाच लोदात्र गोपाल सर्वपालकः गोप गोपेश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः गोप गोपेश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः सा नि स गरि स रि स नि द मग म गरि नि स प नि स सा नि द मग म गरि स नि द म नि स नि स ग ग म गरि स रि स नि द म नि स ग सा नि द म द गरि स नि द म नि स गरि गोप गोपेश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः गोप गोपेश्वरो योगी कोटि सूर्य समप्रभः कालीय फणिमाणिक्य रञ्जित श्रीपदाम्बुजः कालीय फणिमाणिक्य रञ्जित श्रीपदाम्बुजः पार्थसारथिरव्यक्तो गीता अमृता महोदधिः पार्थसारथिरव्यक्तो यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारतः अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे सम्भवामि युगे युगे पार्थसारथिरव्यक्तो गीता अमृतामघोदधिः जलक्रीडा समासक्त गोपीवस्त्रापहारकः जलक्रीडा समासक्त गोपीवस्त्रापहारकः पुण्यश्लोको तीर्थपादो वेदवेद्योदय निधिः पुण्यश्लोको तीर्थपादो वेदवेद्योदय निधिः पुण्यश्लोको तीर्थपादो वेदवेद्योदय निधिः गोपगोपीश्वरो योगी कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभः गोपगोपीश्वरो योगी कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभः गोपगोपीश्वरो योगी गोपगोपीश्वरो योगी गोपगोपीश्वरो योगी गोपगोपीश्वरो योगी गोपगोपीश्वरो योगी कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण
We have a 10-minute break now before we continue with the rest of the items.
I urge all of you to return to your seats and maintain silence as we will resume shortly. Thank you. Once again, I would like to urge you all to please return to your seats. We will be starting now. At this point, I would like to remind you again that your mobile devices should remain on silent. Please refrain from recording and avoid entering or exiting the auditorium in the middle of the items. Thank you so much for cooperating. Before we continue with the items, I would like to take this time to introduce our guest of honor, Srimati Sumitra Nitin. Carnatic musician, Bharatanatyam dancer, and teacher, Srimati Sumitra Nitin has a performing career spanning 3 decades in both art forms. She is the granddaughter and disciple of the famous musician, Srimati Anantalakshmi Sadagopan. In dance, Srimati Sumitra has undergone extensive training in the Varuvur style under Sangeeta Kala Acharya Guru Srimati Radha. Srimati Sumitra continues to hone her musical skills under the expert guidance of Sangeeta Kala Acharya Guru Srimati Neela Ramgopal. Natya Shruti, the music and dance school founded by Srimati Sumitra in 2002, is based in Koramangala. It imparts training to young students in both the art forms of music and dance. Natya Shruti students are given full-fledged vocal music and Natya Shruti students have given full-fledged vocal music and dance performances in prestigious forums, besides excelling in the exams conducted by the Karnataka government. Srimati Sumitra was awarded the Vedavalli Memorial Heritage Award by Ramu Endowments, Chennai, for her outstanding contribution to South India's heritage. She is also the recipient of the title Yuva Kala Bharati for Bharatanatyam from Bharat Kalachar, Chennai. It is indeed a great honor to be graced by her presence as the chief guest for this event. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. We will be inviting her to speak later this evening. Now, to continue with this program, we have Nrityati Nrityati, a beautiful kirtanam on Lord Shiva to follow. Lord Shiva dances to the syllables Dikritom Dikritom. He is always spotless in form, bestows auspiciousness and knowledge to those who worship him during the evenings at Sandhya. With gem-studded anklets in his legs, sounding ghana ghana, and his head of matted locks, moving to the sound of the flute, Lord Shiva is worshipped with reverence by Lords Indra and Krishna. He is one who delights in the sound of the Damaruka, played by Nandikeshwara, one who is surrounded by celestial damsels fanning him with chamaras. He is one who is adorned with the crescent moon. Lord Shiva is one whose feet are worshipped by sages devoid of sin, one who is the consort of Lord Padmanabha's sister, one who is skillful in dispelling miseries of the hapless, one who opposed Yama and is among the host of the most virtuous ones. Presenting Nrityati Nrityati in Ragam Shankarabharanam and set to Aditalam.
Lakshman, Please switch off the auditorium lights, please.
नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो नित्य विमल तनुरग्रिविनत निज भृत्य शुभ करण धीरनु सायं नित्य विमल तनुरग्रिविनत निज भृत्य शुभ करण धीरनु सायं नित्य विमल तनुरग्रिविनत निज भृत्य शुभ करण धीरनु सायं नित्य विमल तनुरग्रिविनत निज भृत्य शुभ करण धीरनु सायं नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो धृतों 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 इति नृत्यति नृत्यति साम्ब शिवो पापहीन मुनि सेवित पद युग पद्मनाभ सहजापतिर शरण ಪಾಪಹೀನ ಮುನಿ ಸೇವಿತ ಪದಯುಗ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭ ಸಗಜಾಪತಿರ ಶರಣ ಪಾಪಹೀನ ಮುನಿ ಸೇವಿತ ಪದಯುಗ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭ ಸಗಜಾಪತಿರ ಶರಣ ಪಾಪಹೀನ ಮುನಿ ಸೇವಿತ ಪದಯುಗ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭ ಸಗಜಾಪತಿರ ಶರಣ ತಾಪಧಾರಣ ಪರೋಯಮನಿಂದಿತ ಧನ್ಯಶೀಲ ನಿವಹೋ ಗಿರಿಶೋಭಗು ತಾಪಧಾರಣ ಪರೋಯಮನಿಂದಿತ ಧನ್ಯಶೀಲ ನಿವಹೋ ಗಿರಿ ಶೋಭಗು ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ಸಾಂಬ ಶಿವೋ ಧೃತೋಂ 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 ಇತಿ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ಸಾಂಬ ಶಿವೋ ಸಾಂಬ ಶಿವೋ ಸಾಂಬ ಶಿವೋ
Following that captivating performance, we will have another song about Lord Krishna, the Annamaya Kirtana, Muddugare Yashoda. This item is dedicated to our grandmother, who is very fond of Annamaya Kirtanas and has always loved to see Kriti performing this particular song. In this Kirtana, Lord Venkateshwara is compared with the precious gems in the form of Krishna Avatara Leelas. Mother Yashoda is kissing the Balakrishna, and he is submerged in her kisses like in Mungidi Mutyamu. Like Manikyam, he is shining, but for Kamsa, the demon, he is strong as Vajram. His consort Rukmini's lips are like Pagadam. When he is Govardhana Giridhari, he is like Gomedikam. Lord Krishna is wearing Vaiduriyam in between his Shankam and Chakram. When he is dancing on the head of Kaliya, the serpent king, he glows like Pushyaraga, and when he is Lord Venkateshwara, he is like Indraneelam. On the whole, he embodies all the precious gemstones, always helping his devotees. In this song, we describe in detail the story of Krishna lifting the Govardhana mountain to protect his devotees and the cows who were suffering from the rains caused by Lord Indra. Please enjoy this melodious Kirtana in Ragam Kurunji and set to Aditalam. ಮುದ್ದುಗಾರ ಯಶೋದ ಮುಂಗಿಡಿ ಮುತ್ಯಮು ವೀಡು ದಿದ್ದರಾನಿ ಮಹಿಮಲ ದೇವಕಿ ಸೂತುಡು ಮುದ್ದುಗಾರ ಯಶೋದ ಮುಂಗಿಡಿ ಮುತ್ಯಮು ವೀಡು ದಿದ್ದರಾನಿ ಮಹಿಮಲ
దేవకీ సూతుడు ముద్దుగానే యశోద ముంగిడి ముత్యము వీడు దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకీ సూతుడు ముద్దుగానే యశోద ముంగిడి ముత్యము వీడు దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకీ సూతుడు ముద్దుగారే యశోద ముంగిడి ముత్యము వేడు దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకీ సూతుడు ముద్దుగారే యశోద ముంగిడి ముత్యము వేడు దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకీ సూతుడు ముద్దుగారే యశోద. అంత నింత గొల్లెతల అరచేతి మాణిక్యము పంతమాడే కంసుని పాలివజ్రము అంత నింత గొల్లెతల అరచేతి మాణిక్యము పంతమాడే కంసుని పాలివజ్రము అంత నింత గొల్లెతల అరచేతి మాణిక్యము పంతమాడే కంసుని పాలివజ్రము కాంతుల మూడు లోకాల గరుడ పచ్చ పూస కాంతుల మూడు లోకాల గరుడ పచ్చ పూస చంతల మాలోలు చిన్ని కృష్ణుడు చింతల మాలోలున్న చిన్ని కృష్ణుడు చింతల మాలోలున్న చిన్ని కృష్ణుడు చింతల మాలోలున్న చిన్ని కృష్ణుడు ముద్దుగారే యశోద ముంగిడి ముత్యము వీడు దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకీ సూతుడు ముద్దుగారే యశోద. రతికేళి రుక్మిణికి రంగు మోవి పగడము మితి గోవర్ధనపు గోమేధికము రతికేళి రుక్మిణికి రతికేళి రుక్మిణికి రంగు మోవి పగడము మితి గోవర్ధనపు గోమేధికము మితి గోవర్ధనపు గోమేధికము మితి గోవర్ధనపు గోమేధికము రతికేళి రుక్మిణికి రంగు మోవి పగడము మితి గోవర్ధనపు గోమేధికము సతతమై శంఖ చక్రాల సందుల వైఢూర్యము సతతమై శంఖ చక్రాల సంతుల వైఢూర్యము గతియై మమ్ముగాచే కమలాక్షుడు గతియై మమ్ముగాచే కమలాక్షుడు గతియై మమ్ముగాచే కమలాక్షుడు ముత్తుగా యశోద ముంగిడి ముత్యము వీడు దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకి సూతుడు ముద్దుగార యశోద కాళింగుని తలలపైన గప్పిన పుష్యరాగము ఏలేటి శ్రీ వెంకటాద్రి ఇంద్రనీలము కాళింగుని తలలపైన గప్పిన పుష్యరాగము ఏలేటి శ్రీ వెంకటాద్రి ఇంద్రనీలము కాళింగుని తలలపైన గప్పిన పుష్యరాగము ఏలేటి శ్రీ వెంకటాద్రి ఇంద్రనీలము ఆలజల నిధిలోన బాయని దివ్యరత్నము బాలజల నిధిలోన బాయని దివ్యరత్నము బాలుని వలె తిరిగే పద్మనాభుడు బాలుని వలె తిరిగే పద్మనాభుడు బాలుని వలె తిరిగే పద్మనాభుడు ముద్దుగారే యశోద ముంగిడి ముత్యము వీడు దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకి సుతుడు ముద్దుగార యశోద ముంగిడి ముత్యము వీడు దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకి సుతుడు దిద్ద దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకీ సుతుడు దిద్దరాని మహిమల దేవకీ సుతుడు దేవకీ సుతుడు దేవకీ సుతుడు
We now come to the concluding item of a Bharatanatyam recital, the Tillana. It is a very rhythmically demanding item, combining intricate adavus with a short lyrical section in praise of Lord Murugan, who is said to have taught his father, Lord Annamalai, or Lord Shiva, who is in the form of a flame. This Tillana is a composition of Shri Madurai and Krishnan in Ragam Simhendra Madhyamam and set to Aditalam. The Tillana will be followed by a Mangalam. Dear audience, please stay back for the short felicitation of Kriti and the dinner that follows. Thank you all very much for being here, and I am sure that you will all depart with the rhythmic notes of this beautiful Tillana reverberating in your ears.
Nadadim tom dadadim tanananadim janu tadimita tadim tanananadim tom dadadim tanananadim janu tadimita tadim tarananadim 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 tanananadim janu tadimita tadim tarananadim tom dadadim tanananadim janu tadimita tadim tarananadim tadadim tarananadradim tom dadadim tatanadadim janu tadimita tadim tarananadradim tom dadadim tanananadim janu tadimita tadim tarananadradim tom dadadim jam tari gida dagata nam tari gida dagadai jam tari gida daga nam tari gida dagata ridana junu dimi jam tari gida dagata nam tari gida dagadai jam tari gida daga nam tari gida dagata ridana junu dim tari da junu da dimi da tadangu dagadai gina dom junu da dimi da tadangu dagadai gina dom dimi da tadangu dagadai gina dom nadadim tom dadadim tanananadim janu tadimi tadadim tarananadim tom dadadim tanananadim janu tadimi tadadim tarananadradim tom dradradim ஆதியந்தியமில்ல ஜோதி வடிவான அண்ணாமலைக்கு உபதேசம் செய்த ஆதியந்தியமில்ல ஜோதி வடிவான அண்ணாமலைக்கு உபதேசம் செய்த தேவதேவன குமர குரு பரனை வணங்கும் கிருஷ்ணதாசனை காக்க இது சமயம் தேவதேவன குமர குரு பரனை வணங்கும் கிருஷ்ணதாசனை காக்க இது சமயம் ஆதி அந்தியமில்ல ஜோதி வடிவான அண்ணா மலைக்கு உபதேசம் செய்த தேவதேவன குமர குரு பரனை வணங்கும் கிருஷ்ணதாசனை காக்க இது சமயம் தாம் தீம் தகத ஜம் தத ஜம் தஜம் ஜம் தகிட நிதனி தகிட தாம் தீம் தகத ஜம் தத ஜம் தஜம் ஜம் தகிட நிதனி தகிட தகதிமி தஜம் த நௌ த தோம் ததகதிமி தஜம் த நம் த தோ தஜம் தரிகிட தகத நம் தரிகிட தகதை jam tari gida daga nam tari gida daga tari dana junu dim tari da junu da dimi da tadangu daga tari gida dom junu da dimi da tadangu daga tari gida dom dimi da tadangu daga tari gida dom nadra dim tom da dim tanana dim janu da dimi da dim tarana nadra dim tom da dim tanana dim janu tadimi tatarim tarana nadadadim tom dadadim nadadadim tom dadadim nadadadim tom dadadim रामचन्द्राय जनकराजज मनोहराय मामकाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम् कोसलेशाय मन्दहासदासपोषणाय वासवादिविनुतसद्वराय मङ्गलम् विमलरूपाय विविधवेदान्तवेदाय सुजनचित्तकामिताय शुभमङ्गलम् रामदास मृदुलहृदय तामरसनिवास यस्वामभद्रगिरिवराय दिव्यमङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय जनकराजज मनोहराय मामकाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम् महितमङ्गलम् महितमङ्गलम्
Wow, it was breathtaking. to witness the ingenuous and apprehensive young girl I know to be my sister transform into the wonderful dancer that we have seen perform for us this evening. I hope you, as the audience, could appreciate the fruits that intense preparation and toil and dedication has yielded. I would now like to invite Srimati Sumitra Nitin, our guest of honor, onto the stage. I also request Guru Preetha Arun to join them. Kriti will now come on stage to honor her guru. This evening would not have been possible without the support of the wonderful orchestra. We would now like to honor them. I request our chief guest, Srimati Sumitra Nitin, to present each of them with a small token of our gratitude. First, our vocalist, Shri Karthik Hebar. On the Mridangam, Shri G.S. Nagaraj. And our flautist, Shri Karthik Satavalli. Thank you, ma'am. I kindly request you to say a few words to the gathering.
It is indeed my absolute pleasure and privilege to be here this evening. I would have been here not in the capacity of a chief guest, because I know this family and I know Preetha too well, and I would have just come as a Rasika and been one among all of you. But I think I will have the privilege of speaking about this wonderful performance we have seen on behalf of all of you. So I really want all of you to put your hands together once more to applaud Kriti for her absolutely wonderful performance. And I just wanted to say very few words, actually, just to compliment and give my absolute best wishes and appreciation to my very dear friend, Guru Srimati Preetha Arun, who has absolutely sculpted, I would say, sculpted every movement of Kriti's that you saw today. As a dancer and as a teacher, I can tell you how difficult it is to make a student perform to this extent at her Arangetram. So I think Guru Srimati Preetha Arun deserves an even bigger round of applause from all of you. I have indeed been fortunate to know her as a classmate when we both learned under our Guru Srimati Radha in Chennai. And after that, we have been friends and our families have grown together and we have really enjoyed several moments of artistic, celebration and some very special moments as a family together. Now, when you look at Kriti, I don't think you know what it takes for her to actually do this today. I know because, when I see students, sometimes they are even malnourished. They need to be well fed. They need to look after their physical bodies to make sure they have the stamina. And I had the privilege of sitting next to Preetha's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Gandhi today, and Mrs. Gandhi said, stamina is all. But Kriti today made it all seem so easy. I mean, you would think she could dance once again, the whole thing all over again. I mean, that is how much she was at ease. And it is not, if something looks very simple, then it takes a lot of effort to make it seem like that. That is the truth. So, Kriti, absolutely brilliant, and all credit to your guru. The pieces, I can't stop thinking about how much thought has gone into selecting each one of the pieces we saw today. Starting with the Pushpanjali, an absolutely brilliant creation of our musician, but I will come to the orchestra later because they deserve a huge part of today's credit. So the Pushpanjali was beautifully choreographed by Guru Srimati Preetha, and then following that we had this divine Shringeri Sharada piece. We were transported to Shringeri, I would say, with the music and the sculpturesque poses that you saw, bringing Sharada Devi in front of our eyes. And of course, my all-time favorite is this Varnam, Krishna Kamala Natho, which to me transports me to Dwaraka, Gokul, Brindavan, you name it. It encapsulates almost the entire Bhagavatam in that piece. And the music is so beautifully put together. One can just listen to the music and enjoy that. But we had the double treat of watching her depict so many of those stories. I'm sure all of you would have recognized the familiar stories of Krishna that were featured there. And I really want to applaud Guru Srimati Preetha for making this young girl realize the depth of who Krishna is. I mean, if Kriti has to do abhinaya or make us feel the presence of Krishna, then Guru Srimati Preetha has taken that much of effort to make sure Kriti understands the significance of what she is doing. So underlying everything that Kriti does is Guru Srimati Preetha's efforts. So it was a masterly piece, the Varnam, and then, of course, where can Lord Nataraja be hiding in Bharatanatyam, in a Bharatanatyam Arangetram, and we saw some brilliant movements, the Tandava movements, and my goodness, Kriti has such a God-given, flexible, and amazing, set of limbs that she just manages to do things that I can't even dream of doing. I mean, so those karanas, those poses, those postures, and above all, believe me, her footwork. I mean, she literally, when she stamped the dance floor, you could hear it, even if you were sitting 20 rows away into the audience. I'm sure you heard her footwork, and you don't know how much of stamina that requires. So Kriti, absolutely brilliant. Up to the last beat of the Tilana, she was stamping her feet as she should, and made us all appreciate the laya, the rhythm, the intricate footwork that accompanied every movement that she did. And of course, Muddugare Yeshoda, one is, can't say enough about the exquisite lyrics and the visualization of that. It is very difficult sometimes to interpret Shri Annamacharya's kritis on the dance stage. It's very difficult to visualize Shri Annamacharya's lyrics, and actually we saw her doing such a fabulous movements in bringing to us the various gems and highlighting what the poet had in mind. And of course the Tilana brings together the culmination of an effort that is several years. So that's what is most important. It is not just today, or it is not a month, it is not a year, it's several years. And in the case of Srimati Preetha Arun, it's several decades, because several decades of her involvement in the art only can produce students like this. And I think Samarpana produces winners all the way. Each one of her students is so exquisitely crafted. So once again, I want to to convey my appreciation to Guru Srimati Preetha, and wish Kriti many more performances. This is only a debut. This is just the Arangetram, the day she ascended the stage, and I'm sure she's going to dance and bring glory to her family and to her guru and to all of us. So my very best wishes to Kriti. And I could see her parents, and particularly her father, looking at his daughter so adoringly, and that was such a warm sight for me to see, because sometimes fathers lose the connection when it comes to their daughters dancing. Mothers are involved from day one, but sometimes fathers don't realize what an effort it is. And today, when I'm sure he saw his daughter on stage, his heart would have swelled with pride. And I warmly compliment the parents for putting Kriti under such an able guru. That is indeed some Purva Janma Punya that she has done. So normally, you find it very difficult to find gurus like Srimati Preetha. And finally, a word about the absolutely wonderful orchestra. I think they deserve a huge round of applause from all of us. Being a dance musician is not at all easy, I can tell you, because I have sung for performances, and one has to be so vigilant, one has to be on the ball, your creativity is only to that extent, because you can't let down the dancer. You want to sing something, but you have to control yourself. I think there are just so many aspects to singing for dance, and particularly as creative or a musician as Shri Karthik Hebar, it's very difficult for him to keep pace with himself and the dance. And his creativity we saw in the brilliant Pushpanjali. What a melody that was, and what a start to the performance. I think for that we have to give him another big round of applause. I hope he will share his creations with other dancers as well and help us enjoy such beautiful pieces. And complimenting him on that, and his voice, which like Shakespeare says, could probably launch 1,000 ships. But Shri Kartik Hebar, it was sometimes difficult for me to not focus so much on the music and look at the dance, because I can appreciate both equally. So sometimes I had to tell myself, now you have to focus on Kriti. So to that extent, it was so good. And Shri Nagaraj on the Mridangam, keeping pace, it is not easy again, and a very big round of applause to him as well. And Shri Kartik on the flute, Krishna was here. Nothing else needs to be said. Lord Krishna, his divine flute was brought to this auditorium, and we should say this sacred stage was thanks to Shri Kartik on the flute, and whoever did the costumes and the makeup, and the selection of the costumes. I mean, even to that extent, the Guru's responsibility in making sure the costumes are presentable, well tailored, the jewelry is in place. I can go on and on, because it is a thankless job. But at the end of it, if you produce a student like Kriti, it all seems very well worth it. So with these few words, I wish to convey my heartfelt gratitude to Guru Srimati Preetha Arun and the family of Kriti for inviting me and giving me this pleasure. I hope I have represented all of you and spoken a few words on this occasion. Thank you. Namaskaram.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind remarks. Now I request Guru Preetha Arun to say a few words and felicitate Kriti for the completion of her Bharatanatyam Arangetram.
Namaskarams to all of you. My salutations to my parents, my gurus. Thank you so much, Sumitra Nitin, for being here. Wonderful, wonderful speech that covered all the aspects of the performance. Thank you so much. Thank you to all my students and their families who are all here today to support Kriti on her very big day. And Kriti has really worked very hard for this day. And usually before the Arangetram, most of the other students, they just do the private classes with me and not the group classes. I think till yesterday, she was attending the group classes as well as the private classes, as well as she started coming in to assist a few of the Adavu, the beginner students. So she has been fully involved in the class and worked very hard. And Neeharika, her mother, has taken a lot of effort in bringing her all the way from Sarjapur to Whitefield. And when I hear people telling me, I live very far away, I'm in Borwell Road or something like that, when I live 3 minutes away or something, and Neeharika just brought her every week, every day for the practices. And she would wait patiently, even when sometimes I would ask, can Kriti just stay to help with some junior kids? She'd be like, yes, let her wait. Let her stay, let her be there to help, and I will just wait or go somewhere and come back. So she has really, pushed Kriti to do this. And sometimes even if the mothers push, the daughters won't do it. But Kriti also went along with it, and with all the driving, the distance from Sarjapur. Anybody who lives in Bangalore, you know what it is to come for class from there. So she's very responsible and a mature child for her age. And I hope she'll continue to dance, continue to grow. And I'm glad that I was part of her dance journey. And I'm very happy to present her with a certificate from Samarpana on the completion of her Arangetram. Thank you all. That would be the end of my speech.
Kriti, would you like to say a few words?
Okay, Namaste, everyone. Give me a minute. Okay. She got me from a stage where I couldn't hold Natyaramam properly to the day of my Arangetram, so I'm very grateful for that, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Sumitra ma'am, for your kind words. I am beyond overjoyed hearing them. Thank you for taking your time to attend the Arangetram. You will always be someone I look up to. Thank you, Gayatri auntie, for your patience and time you put into this so I could put on a good performance. Thank you, Amma, as ma'am said, for all the time and effort you put into this. I love you and I will always be grateful for that. I'd like to thank Nanamma because every time she met a relative, she would introduce me as a beautiful dancer, which gave me a lot of confidence. But it was also the reason I was asked to dance at every family event. But thank you, Nanamma. I hope I made you proud today. The months of preparation, the practice sessions, the 40-minute drive to dance class, the endless corrections, all the pressure have culminated.
We conclude this evening's proceedings. I urge all of you to bear with me for a little longer. Oh, it's back. As I have a few parting words, I want to invite Amma, Daddy, and Kriti alongside me on the dais as I speak not only for myself, but for us as a family. Someone once said to me that wherever a dancer stands is holy ground. I must say tonight, I have come to truly believe that. This is a profound moment for me. Standing before you all, having just witnessed my sister blossom into a beautiful dancer, I cannot express the gratitude I have for all of you being here, not just for tonight, but for as long as I've known you all. As always, there comes a point where I bid you farewell, but it's not the easiest to come up with the right words, especially since this farewell isn't just for tonight. As you all would have heard, we are relocating soon, after spending over a decade here in Bangalore. These 10 years have been tremendous. And as Amma would say, there was not one dull moment. Our family has gotten bigger, not only through the bonds of marriage, but also by the magic of new birth. It was endless excitement for us. There was always someone to visit us at home or host us at theirs. Thank you for giving us something to look forward to all the time. We have felt welcomed and pampered wherever we visited, no matter how often. Thank you for giving us places that we can call home. Know that we'll never stop. We made good friends. In fact, we made amazing friends. You guys know what you mean to us. Thank you for all the memories we made and the good times to come. We thank our teachers and gurus for imparting us with indispensable knowledge and virtue that we will treasure and build on. Some of you have witnessed Kriti and me grow up and mature into who we are now. Some of you have looked after and taken care of us like children of your own. Some of you have experienced all the highs and lows with us. Some of you have inspired and motivated us to learn and change for the better. Yet, all of you have impacted us in ways we will never forget. And standing here with Amma and Daddy, I hope that we too have had a similar effect on you all. I am glad that we could have such an occasion where so many of the people that are near and dear to us can gather together. Thank you all for allowing us the privilege of knowing you. At this poignant juncture, there remains little else to say that you don't already know. This is far from merely a goodbye, but a promise that we will see each other many more times in the future. For how long can we stay away from home? Parting is such bittersweet sorrow, but it is nothing compared to the joy of meeting again. So until next time, it's been great. Good night, and thank you. Yeah. So dinner will be served downstairs. You'll see it as you exit the auditorium. So please do stay back for the dinner that follows. Thank you. I request all Samarpana students to stay back for a short photo session as well.
Yes, hello, look here, look here. Everybody, yes, ready, 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 smile, yes. One more, look here, look here. Yes, done.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಚೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಊಟ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ
Everybody's saying that. Where is Neeharika? I think she's big. No, I'll always see her in dance class, but I'm
back.
the lighting. That's what I heard it from inside. We started cute. They all want to start, then they all start. That's why it's so cute.
ಕಾರ್ತಿಕ್ ಸರ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.